My family business was bankrupted by a bulk buyer scam, and I used a chemistry degree to steal back $10 million. My father spent 40 years building a specialized transport company for liquid gold, high-grade maple syrup. It sounds like a joke until you realize that per gallon, pure syrup is more valuable than crude oil. We operated out of the northeastern border, handling millions of dollars in inventory for the Global Strategic Reserve. That's when we met Julian. He was a bulk broker who promised us a contract that would set our family up for generations. He convinced my father to bypass the standard escrow protections, claiming the red tape was slowing down the international market. My father, trusting a man's handshake, moved $5 million worth of inventory into Julian's private warehouse. 3 days later, the warehouse was empty. Julian's company had declared strategic bankruptcy, and our family business was liquidated to pay the debts. The law told us there was nothing we could do because the contract had been willingly modified. I didn't go to the police, and I didn't hire a lawyer. I knew Julian had funneled the stolen syrup into the black market, mixing it with cheap corn syrup to hide the origin and doubling his profit. He thought he had committed the perfect crime because all syrup looks the same. But he forgot that I had spent 4 years studying industrial food science. Here is the reality he ignored. Every forest has a unique isotopic signature based on the specific mineral content of the soil and the local rainfall patterns. It's a factual biological fingerprint. Before we shipped that final load, I had spiked our vets with a harmless microscopic tracer, a food-grade forensic marker that is invisible to the eye but glows under a specific frequency of ultraviolet light. It's a technique used by high-end distilleries to prevent counterfeiting. Julian hadn't just stolen our syrup, he had stolen a GPS tracker that he was now trying to sell back to the world. I tracked the liquid gold to a bottling plant in the Midwest. Julian was there, laughing, as he prepared to ship his product to a major European distributor. I didn't call the cops until the trucks were loaded. When the authorities arrived, Julian stood there with his lawyers, smugly pointing at his legal invoices and claiming the syrup was his own harvest. I walked up to the back of the lead truck with a high-powered UV lantern. I turned it on. The entire 5,000-gallon tank began to glow a deep neon violet. It was the signature of a thief. Under bulk commodity law, if an inventory is found to be adulterated or stolen, the entire batch is subject to immediate seizure. Because he had mixed our $5 million of pure syrup with $5 million of his own legitimate stock, the law classified the entire $10 million inventory as evidence. The government froze his assets, canceled his export licenses, and the resulting lawsuits from his buyers bankrupted him within a month. I watched as the trucks were redirected back to my father's new warehouse. Julian tried to say he was a victim of a mistake. I just reminded him that in the world of big business, it's the small print and the small molecules that catch you.